In the Isaiah tradition, God's holiness is in and with and for Israel. But let's say it plainly, biblical Israel is not the modern state of Israel. Whatever Isaiah was saying to God's people in the face of geopolitical struggle 2,700 years ago cannot be straightforwardly applied to geopolitical struggles today. Dr. Weems is so right that our world is on fire today. Hostages remain, and Gazans starve as bombs are dropped. Our college campuses are scenes of lighted fireworks thrown into student camps. Our world is on fire today as it was in biblical times. But there, the connection ends. The oracles of rebuke and of comfort of Israel applied to ancient Near Eastern politics is not the situation in Gaza and the occupied territories today. As preachers, we must sift carefully what still applies and what does not in our scriptural interpretation. My Palestinian Christian family members know too well that the easy parallels Americans draw between history and land is dangerous, is deadly. And so, of course, to Jewish friends. These words of comfort we heard in today's lectionary come in the middle of the prophetic oracle against a rebellious people who have turned away from God's protection. And our Jewish friends know how Christians have misapplied that to the Jews through the centuries. In Isaiah's words, if the people stay the course, if they remain true to the holiness demanded by the God who is in and with and for Israel, then their weeping will end. Truly, O people in Zion, inhabitants of Jerusalem, you shall weep no more. God will surely be gracious to you at the sound of your cry. When he hears it, he will answer you. Though the Lord may give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet your teacher will not hide himself anymore, but your eyes shall see your teacher. And when you turn to the right and when you turn to the left, your ears shall hear a word behind you saying, "This is the way, walk in it." Follow the laws prescribed by your divine teacher, the religiously conservative Isaiah is saying, not turning to the right or to the left, and then you will be saved. Above all, do not turn to idolatry. Our lectionary cut off before we hear the words, "Destroy your silver-colored idols and your gold-plated images." Isaiah's message to the people of Jerusalem and its leaders is to stay the course, even though the Assyrian army has sacked 46 surrounding cities and taken the people captive. The images of the Assyrians carrying off people and booty to Nineveh are preserved to this day on the wall reliefs of Sennacherib's palace. This is what the oracle is about. How tempting it would be for the preacher to draw some sort of parallel here with hostage situations or the siege and destruction of Gaza. But I refuse to do that. Because what I think is constant is the suffering of the innocents, of whatever side they are. The nameless individuals who are caught up in wars they did not start. The victims of leaders who strut their stuff on the world political stage. And another constant is their fear and crying that Isaiah seeks to comfort. The feast we celebrate today is the feast of Philip and James. Like all apostles, they were martyrs for their faith. Unlike the powerful, they did not resort to violence. They suffered unto death. They needed Jesus' words of comfort in today's gospel that in my Father's house are many dwellings, and I go to prepare a place for you. When one apostle asks the way to the place where he is going, Jesus responds, I am the way and the truth and the life. Jesus also says, if you know me, you will know my Father also. From now on, you do know him and have seen him. In Jesus the Jew, we find the fullness of God's holiness that is in and with and for Israel. In Jesus the Jew, we hear that from alongside the Father, he will send another advocate to be with you forever, the Spirit of truth. When Jesus goes away, he says, the Spirit will come to reveal further teachings from God, the teacher, to those who keep the commandments of love. In Jesus the Jew, we learn that the whole world is God's holy land, not one small portion of it. So let's non-violently commit ourselves to working with the Spirit in order to make this so, that God's promises might indeed be for all people.